Master Jin, of all the ghosts the Force might conjure to haunt me, I did not expect yours. You were always a thorn, weren't you? Not quite Jedi, not quite rebel, just enough of both to irritate the Order and amuse me. The Council never truly appreciated what you were. Too independent, too unruly, too dangerous. And yet, even in death, you still linger, clinging to this realm like a stubborn flame, refusing to be extinguished by the winds of progress. How quaint.
You've built your throne atop ashes and illusions, Sidious. Layer upon layer of lies, seductive and cold. You see dominion as destiny and conquest as truth, but power rooted in fear rots from within. Even now, standing at the summit of your design, you cannot see that the ground beneath you is crumbling. You mistake silence for peace, obedience for unity, and shadows for permanence. But the truth, the deeper truth of the Force, does not serve tyrants. Your empire will not last, because it cannot.
Is that so? And what is this grand truth you offer now? From beyond the veil, no less? A sermon from a failed Jedi who never sat on the Council, who trained a defector and fell to a Sith's blade in the dark. You speak of light, of balance, of destiny, as though you hold the ledger of fate in your incorporeal hand. But you see only fragments, Jin. The Force does not favor those who listen to it. It favors those who command it. And I command it absolutely.
The darkness you command is not your own. It is borrowed, stolen from pain, from broken wills, from twisted truths. It howls loud, yes, but only to silence the trembling underneath. The Jedi you scattered were never yours to destroy. You have struck at bodies, burned temples, severed lines, but not the soul, not the current that binds us. Their light lives on in those who feel deeply, love without condition, choose compassion in defiance of cruelty. Those who listen to the living Force. You cannot hear it, can you? Because you've sealed yourself inside the echo of your own fear. You have mistaken submission for loyalty, fear for reverence, and order for peace. And the saddest illusion of all, you believe power can outlast the truth.
You're too late. The Jedi, your precious guardians of light and naivete, are dust, scattered across stars that no longer remember their names. They bled for a republic that betrayed them, and in the end, they were nothing but pawns in a game they were too arrogant to see. The people hail me now, not because I am feared, but because I bring them order, peace, purpose, and all of it forged not through weakness, but will, through the crucible of power. The galaxy is mine to shape as I see fit. One law, one voice, one empire, and you are a ghost shouting into a storm that no longer hears you.
You underestimate the Force, not in scope, but in nature. You believe it a weapon to wield, a current to be diverted, a tide to be dammed. But the Force is balance. It is breath. It is what lives between the stars and within the smallest kindness. It chooses no side. It only waits and restores. And though you have tipped the scales with death, deception, and despair, the center always returns. It does not forget. The Force remembers the broken, the fallen, the unseen. And when the moment comes, it does not ask for vengeance. It calls for harmony. You will not hear it coming, only feel it. As everything you've built begins to slip from your grasp, even if it takes generations, even if it takes great loss, the galaxy will return to the light, because the Force always does.
Sacrifice? You speak that word like it means something noble. What did your sacrifice yield? A fractured council, a dead apprentice, a senate filled with cowards and idealists. And as for the child you trained, yes, I remember him well. Defiant, curious, reckless. You planted the seeds, and I harvested the fruit. He came to me broken, abandoned by the Order, furious with the galaxy, desperate for meaning, and I gave it to him. He kneels to me, not out of fear, but freedom, because he understands what you never did. Compassion is weakness, and loyalty is forged through pain.
I trained him not to follow, but to question. To trust the Force. not dogma, to sense what is right in his bones, not what is dictated by counsel or fear. You twisted that. You found his fear, his loss, and you hollowed it out until only anger remained. You taught him to doubt love and call it weakness, to see compassion as a chain and power as freedom. But there is still something inside him, something untouched, a flicker behind the fire. He remembers starlight, he remembers hope, and he will choose. Not today, perhaps, not in front of you. But the boy you tried to consume, he was never yours. He belongs to the Force, as do we all. And when the Jedi rise again, it will not be as soldiers, but as beacons. Not with blades, but with truth and nothing. Not your armies, not your throne, not your fear can stop that.
The Jedi are no more than ghosts now, hollow echoes, faded myths clung to by exiles and children who will never understand the galaxy as it truly is. You are nothing but memory, a remnant of a philosophy that failed to evolve, failed to act, and died clutching its own dogma. Hope is a lie the weak tell themselves before the darkness swallows them whole, and belief is a leash, one I have severed, one I now hold.
You fear ghosts, but it is not the memory of the Jedi that haunts you. It is what they represent, what they awaken. You cannot smother the voice of the Force, no matter how long you silence those who listen. You may claim dominion over the physical, but you cannot conquer meaning. And I am meaning. I am the breath of all those who stood before you and will rise after you. I am not here to fight. I am here to remind you that shadows do not cast light. They only exist where light has already been. And that light, it endures. You feel it, don't you? The tremor you cannot name. The cold at the edges of your senses, where no blade has reached. He is coming, the one you thought lost to you. The one who knows the truth of you, even if he does not yet speak it. And he is not alone. He carries more than a saber. He carries memory. He carries sorrow. And where he walks, the Force walks beside him.
So be it then. Vanish back into your mist and myths. Your warnings mean nothing. Your faith is wasted. And when your final light fades, know that I will still be here, unbroken, unchallenged, Emperor.
You began your rule with fear, whispers in shadow, knives behind cloaks. It will end with fear too, but not theirs, yours. Because even the deepest night fears the coming of the dawn. And dawn, no matter how long delayed, always comes.